Oi oi, Brooksy here from Bro Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the best Nintendo Switch games for kids. Last thing you want to do is go out and spend your hard-earned money on a game for them and they just put it down after half an hour because it's too hard for them. So we're going to be looking at my top 10 best picks and make sure you stay around to the end for some honourable mentions. Right, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is Kirby Star Allies. You play as a cute pink happy ball thing as you make your way across the side scroller, gobbling up enemies and fighting your way to the bosses and making friends and allies along the way. This cutesy art style is really eye-catching and it's one of the more easier games on the list. Best played in multiplayer, but doesn't mean there's not tons of fun to be had in single player. Only downside is it's a pretty short game, so it might not be one of the best ones if you're looking to keep them busy for long periods of time. At number 9 we have all the LEGO games. Whether your kids are into superheroes, dinosaurs or wizards, there's something here for everybody. With nice open worlds, fun story levels and great humour. These games pack hours of fun into them with loads of replayability. Once played through all the levels, the game encourages you to go back through with tons of characters you've unlocked along the way. With certain characters having special abilities that you need to fully complete each level and to collect all the precious parts. At number 8 we have Mario Party. I will say if you do have a Switch Lite you will need extra Joy-Cons to play this. Obviously with that said, it's a good family game with loads of mini games to play. You have your rhythm based ones, testing your memory and your good old fashioned collectathons. With over 80 mini games there's something here for everyone to enjoy. The main game being based around the board game with up to 4 players playing at once. Each person rolls either their normal dice or their special character dice, with the aim to buy as many stars from Toadette wherever she is on the map. There's a mini game to be played after every round, with the idea to collect as many coins as possible to pay for your stars. And don't worry, I've managed to win every mini game before and still not won the game, as it rewards stars at the end for all different sorts of things. So you could be sat there at the end only having 1 star whilst everybody has 2 or 3 and you could still end up winning. The biggest downside to the game is that there's only 4 boards to play, which is a bit of a shame even if they are unique in their own way. At number 7 we have Minecraft, the best selling game of all time. It's a survival building game where your kids can really let their imaginations run wild. Collecting resources and literally building anything their heart desires. With randomly generated maps, they will need to craft tools and keep weapons to build shelters and fight off enemies, tame and keep animals and collect resources for health. This game can be played forever with only your imagination stopping you. The game also has a cool mode where you can have unlimited resources, no enemies and you can just focus on making the world you want without gathering and defeating any foes. Number 6 is Yoshi's Crafted World, a fun little side scroller with a lovely art style. As you go through each level trying to find each sunflower, throwing eggs at enemies and objects alike. To find the hidden ones, the game gives you nice little hints every now and then to let you know that there's one close by. A nice easy game this, with loads of fun to be had, with little puzzles and minigame parts along the way. You're tasked with collecting the missing Yoshi eggs that have been lost throughout the worlds. The game gives you good reason to come back and play again, whether it's to beat your high scores or to find the missing sunflowers you couldn't find the first time around. At number 5 we have Just Dance. It's a great game if you have very active kids or if they just love to dance. This game really ticks all the boxes. 1 song on this and I'm done for the evening. But with a bright art style and some great songs, this game can really hold their attention and even tire them out for a nice quiet night. One downside to this is there is a lot of songs which need to be brought separately, which is a shame, but there's more than enough already preloaded on the game, so don't worry too much. At number 4 we have Mario Kart Deluxe, a game that was originally on the Wii U. It's been ported over with some new characters and a battle mode, which is probably my favourite part of the game. So many race courses to play through, either using 50, 100 or 150cc, or even the 200cc, which is a new mode. It's carnage, it's almost too fast. A nice little feature for kids and new players alike, which will just accelerate and let you use the motion controls to steer. Also a cool little feature is something you can turn on which will basically keep you on the track, so no more falling off the side of Rainbow Road. You can toggle these on and off any time of the game. This game is the best selling game on the Switch with good reason. It's a great game. At number 3 we have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I could have picked the new Pokemon Sword, but I feel for kids, Let's Go is just more fun and appealing. Using the Pokemon Go feature where you can use the Joy-Cons to throw Pokeballs to catch your Pokemon. And again, if you are playing on the Switch Lite with this one, you will need extra Joy-Cons unfortunately. You can catch all original 150 Pokemon in this one, with them all just walking around in the wild. This game is a mashup between Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Go. This game has a modern, colourful art style, which I think looks great. A nice little feature of this, catching Pokemon in the wild levels all 6 for your Poke Party, rather than having to level grind each of them individually. And number 2, we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've actually got a full review of this game coming at a later date, so be sure to check that out. It's a very interesting, cutesy looking game where technically there is no ending. You start off on your island where you buy your tent, which is basically your home, of Tom Nook, the local landlord, and spend your time selling things to pay him back. It's basically a life simulator, which is strangely addictive, making tools to gather resources and crafting stuff to show off your island by making it look the way you'd like. Meeting friends along the way, and also being able to visit your other real-world friends' islands to steal some ideas. You spend your time cutting down trees, smashing rocks and digging up fossils to add to your museum and build bigger houses for all your new Animal Crossing friends. Right, before we see what made it to our number 1 pick, let's have a quick look at some honourable mentions. Also, if you guys would like to help out the channel, I will leave links down below in the description for all the games we've gone over today. Kicking things off, we've got Toad's Treasure Tracker. A fun puzzle style game using the whole map to find all the collectibles, with a great map creation from Nintendo. Donut County is a fun but short game where in each level you use the hole in the middle to move around, swallowing up all the objects. Each object you get, the hole gets bigger, which allows you to fit bigger objects in. It's a fun game, just wish it was longer. Spyro. Great game, I've got a lot of nostalgia for this. It's 3 games in one with great value for money, as you play as a little dragon going through the worlds, defeating enemies and saving all the elder dragons that are already encased in stone and only you can save them. Pac-Man Championship Edition. It's Pac-Man, but with a modern style. Tons of fun trying to beat your high scores. Love this game. Right, time for my number 1 pick. And number 1, we have Mario Odyssey. What more can be said about this game that hasn't already been said? What a game. Probably my favourite 3D Mario game of all time. With a great hat mechanic, you can use Cappy to take over and control all sorts of animals and objects, from dinosaurs and frogs to tanks and lava balls, using individual abilities to get through certain parts of each map. With great worlds to explore and so many different collectibles to find, this is a must-have for any Nintendo Switch owner, young or old. Tried to keep the video short because with so many games to go through, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I hope you found the video helpful. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Peace.